Well, now you've grown up. I don't know, you want to ask Scott that question? How's it going, Scott? He's going great. It's going really well. I mean, it's really nice that a lot of states like Wisconsin yesterday finally... It was overturned, basically, but what I find really interesting is that, I think it's the Attorney General for Wisconsin, Mr. Valhallen is his name, otherwise known as Buttface. He immediately decided, I want to put a stop to it and I want to reverse it. And so he ran around like a chicken with his head cut off, saying, I'm going to stop it, we're not going to let this happen. And you know what? Just sit down and shut up, because it's going to happen everywhere. And you all need to be vocal about it in this state, because it needs to happen. Is because we are two men who are so happy that we can celebrate our lives together and celebrate the love that we have for each other. And can you be our princess? Yeah, I know. I have my own princess carriage. I just never pull it out of the garage. Yeah, but it's a way for, for us, we finally are now able to celebrate who we are and the love we have for each other and not try to hide it or be ashamed of it. And that's the way it should be all over the world. Your generation, because that's the way you feel, your generation will make the biggest changes in the world. And don't you forget it. Yes! Hi, Doctor.
Hey.
Hey! That's Baz. Why am I doing this an awful lot lately? As I get older, am I getting camper? Am I getting gayer? That ain't possible.
Yes. So, was there any particular event in your childhood that made you really just attracted to sci-fi as a genre and want to be a part of it?
Yes, I was abducted by aliens. I love that. That was an interview in a TV show. What got you attracted to sci-fi? Well, I was probed by aliens when I was I thought it was one of the most ethereal experiences. While I was on the planet, I felt my true inner alien was amazing. Amazing. They'd be like, what? Well, you don't get it, wouldn't you? My earliest sci-fi memory is when I was about 7, 8 years old, maybe 6, and I was in Glasgow, Scotland, where I was born. And yeah. All right, good, you sail Glasgow. So I watched Doctor Who like every other kid my age, every Saturday night, and I watched it like this from behind the sofa. Slightly scared, but slightly excited because of what was happening, and I remember the first one that I saw, I think it was with John Pertwee, and yeah, the Autons. The original, it was John Pertwee, wasn't it? Yeah. The original Autons, which were, for those of you who don't know, shop mannequins. They were extremely frightening because they were the 60s shop mannequins, and they stood there and then the fingers just dropped and they killed people. My mother, when I was that age, had to hide me in her coat when we were walking along the high street in front of stores. And I said, no, Mom, look at it. Come on, son, I'm not going in front of the shop because the dummy's going to shoot me. I won't shoot you. No, because there's no doctor. He's going to shoot me, Mom. I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. She'd come to me and go, that was my first. But what was really exciting to me was 30-odd years later, the first revamp of Doctor Who was, the first episode, what was it? It was the Autons. So, and I was already told I was going to be in the series, and I'm like, yes! If it's the Autons, it means that I'm going to get Daleks, and then I'm also going to get Cybermen, and I'm going to get all sorts of aliens and creatures! So that was my first memory of sci-fi, and from that point on, I was like, Space 1999, the original Battlestar Galactica. I also, one of my favorite memories of sci-fi is Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Get this. Get this. I used to watch Buck Rogers as a kid, and now the lady who looks after me at all of the Comic-Cons, Erin Gray, who was Wilma Deere. The only woman who didn't have camel toe in that show. It was amazing. And for those of you who don't know what that is, happy journey home, moms and dads. Explain it. And if it's a boy, we call it a moose hoof.
I didn't know.
Really? I gotta give it to both ends of the coin, alright? So yes, that was...
So, can I ruffle your hair?
No. If you touch this hair, your hand will crack. There's so much product in it, it doesn't move. You can touch it. Go ahead. Do you want to do my armpit hair? Sorry, I've got allergies and my nose is running. Do you mind if I blow my nose? 1 second. Right, that'll be on eBay in about an hour. Donating to a charity. Oh yeah, like that's frightened you. Yes, yes.
Hello.
Hello, Dolly.
So,
You forgot your question, didn't you? Too busy being cool, say hello.
so exciting. But, if you could play any character in the entire show, who would you be? In Doctor Who. Sorry.
If I could be?
Or play.
Well, I don't need to play anyone. I'm one of the best ones there is. However, I did ask Russell, and I wasn't able to fit it in when I was doing Torchwood. I asked him if I could be in again, remind me, there's been so many, the episode where Rose and the Doctor go to Torchwood in the tower.
Yeah.
Name of the episode. Army of Ghosts. Is it Army of Ghosts? Doomsday. Okay, hold on, everybody shouting at once. Don't scream at me. I don't remember the name of it. One person. Okay, the Army of Ghosts, and then the second part was Doomsday. Got it? Lovely, we're all happy. Okay, so for me, I said to Russell, please, can I be in a Cyberman outfit? No, he didn't. I wouldn't have time. I wasn't able to do it. I always wanted to be in a Cyberman's outfit.
We would match.
Well, I know we would, because you're Cyberman. Yeah, so that never happened, because one of the aliens or monsters, as I called them as a kid, who I never got to fight when I was in Doctor Who, and I'm very sad about it, was the Cybermen. Because the Cybermen, Daleks, Davros, Sontarans, and also, who was the other one? No, Slovene. I love the Slovene, yeah. Black Felfach. That was the other thing. Russell, when we used to get into the trailer, we'd come in the trailer every morning and it would be either David, Billy, me, or it would be David, me, or Billy, depending on Billy and I who got in first and got up early enough. And we would come in and we'd sit down and we'd be in the makeup chairs. We all had, you know, our own makeup artists, and the guy who did David's hair did my hair for Doctor Who, but I had someone for Torchwood. It's getting really technical now, but the point is, we're all sitting in the makeup trailer, and when you'd always know the day when someone had a lot to say, because that person would not talk. They'd have the script in front of them like that, and we called that line theater. Because Russell, that first day with the Slideen episode, that was my day! Hello! And guess what I had to say every other sentence? Rexicoricofallapatorius. And to this day, I will never forget Rexicoricofallapatorius. And I said to Russell, what are you doing that for? And he went, did it deliberately. Sorry? Can you high-five me? Sure. But hurry up, because there's all these people want more questions. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Yay!